Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today I'm going to talk about series that I am currently reading. So this is going to have to be in different parts because I don't want videos to be too long. Y'all know my rule is 15 minutes or less for the most part. But I do have a series spreadsheet where I keep track of what I'm reading, and I have different tabs for different genres. So today I'm going to focus on fantasy. The inspiration for this came from the series spreadsheet that Deshauna uses and a conversation that I had with Robin that made me realize that I really do need to start keeping track of this because it's all over the place. So the way that my spreadsheet is organized, I have the series name, whether or not it's fully published, and then the title of each book. Things that are bolded means that I own them. If they're not, that means I don't have a physical copy of it. If it's green, that means I have read it. That goes for both series and individual books. If it's yellow, that means I'm currently reading it. If it's orange, that means I'm caught up, but that the next book is not published yet. And if it's red, that means I DNF'd. So if we look at the first 12 series on here, it looks like I'm doing pretty well. That changes once we get toward the bottom. But series that I have read in completion so far include The Hunger Games, The Poppy War, the Daevabad Trilogy, Arc of a Scythe, The Burnt Empire Saga, The Greenbone Saga, Girls of Paper and Fire. I'm counting Vicious as complete. There is a rumor that there's supposed to be a third book, and while I enjoyed the fact that there was more than just Vicious, I did not like the ending of Vengeful. So if there's a third book, honestly, I would just hope that what happened at the end was fixed because I hated it. But for the most part, honestly, I tell people you can read Vicious as a standalone. Sands of Aralia, A Song of Wraiths and Ruin, Raybear, Six of Crows, and the Broken Earth trilogy are all of the series that I have read in completion. For series where I am currently caught up with all of the published books, Iron Widow, since Heavenly Tyrant has not come out yet, Legendborn, because for some reason I told my friends that I would take one for the team and read it for them. Why did I do that to myself? I don't know. If you don't know, I didn't love Legendborn. I especially hate Cell. Don't know what y'all see in him, but that's a conversation for another day. And Between Earth and Sky, I've read both Black Sun and Fevered Star, waiting on the third book to come out. Series that I have started but am in the middle of, Burning Kingdoms. I have read The Jasmine Throne. I just got the Oleander Sword, but I haven't read it yet. Skin of the Sea, I have an arc of Soul of the Deep that I really need to get to before the end of the month. Kingdom of Souls, I'm currently reading that first book for the Pages in Color book club, and I believe there are already 2 other books in that series. I'm not sure if it's a trilogy or if it's going to be more though. These Violent Delights, I've not yet read Our Violent Ends, and Daughters of Enri, I just need to read Descendants of first. And the only fantasy series that I have decided to DNF is Legacy of Orisha. I have read both Children of Blood and Bone and Children of Virtue and Vengeance, and I really didn't like either one of them, so I will not be continuing that series. Lastly, for series that I have not even started yet and really need to, The Gilded Ones, I have the first book. The Dreamblood duology, the first book is The Killing Moon. The Imperium trilogy, I have Fury Born. The Burning, that first book is Rage of Dragons. Supernatural Investigations, I have Amari and the Night Brothers. Book 2 just came out, so I need to get to that soon. This Poison Heart, I have that first book. Wings of Ebony, I also own that. Wayward Children by Shauna McGuire, I have the first 2 books. I did attempt to read the first book once, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of bored, so I need to try again. 3 Dark Crowns, I have that first book. Shades of Magic, I have the entire trilogy in the Barnes & Noble special edition, still have not read them. The Dark Star trilogy, I have Black Leopard, Red Wolf. I've heard very mixed things about that one, so I'm not sure how I feel about it. Which is Steeped in Gold. I've really only heard negative opinions about it, but I had already bought the book because I like the cover. We'll see how that goes. A Song Below Water, Z gifted that one to me. I have They Both Die on the End here because it's getting a prequel that will be called The First to Die at the End. I believe that comes out in October. I'm very intrigued by the Deathcast world, so I am excited that Adam Silvera decided to write another book, and this is about the first people to get calls from Deathcast, so I'm hoping it gives a little bit more history behind the system itself, because that's what I'm interested in. So hopefully I like that one. I think actually I'm gonna pre-order that. Then I have Beasts of Prey, The Final Strife, and The City We Became. This is a hot mess. I mean, I guess in a way I'm glad that I'm not in the middle of a bunch of series, but at the same time, I have so many that are not even started yet. So I really do need to work on that at some point. So those are all the series that I have read or am reading. Let me know if you've read any of these, if there are any that you think I should start sooner rather than later. I know I need to read Amari and the Night Brothers. Rachel also wants me to read Rage of Dragons. I'm gonna get to them soon. I will. And then I also have different tabs for romance and mystery, so those will be next at some point. But let me know if you keep track of the series that you read, or if you kind of just wing it. Do you buy all of the books in the series before you start? I used to do that and I had to stop because there was no valid reason for me to have damn near all of the Throne of Glass series before I read the first one. And then I read the first one and DNF'd the series. So let me know how you keep track of what you're reading. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.